How's it going, everyone? This is Kevin. Today I'll bring along with me to discuss the future of film photography in today's digital age. So let's jump right into it. Today, with the digital age and having film photography be part of it, is it still relevant for photographers to shoot film? I kind of wanted to give a little bit of a discussion kind of type video with you guys today because I thought it'd be nice to discuss further to see if film is still going to be relevant with all the craze that it's been going through, but also with how scarce it is and how expensive it has become. Now, I think that film is a great way to learn how to take better photos, how to teach yourself to be patient, and just think about the composition rather than, spray and pray with photos that you want to take with your digital camera. And that's why I kind of had that thought is digital really just going to overtake with having cameras like the Fujifilm, with the film recipes over, having a nice little point and shoot that you can go ahead and take some photos with, because they might be cheap to obtain, but you're also having to find the film stock that you want to use, as well as having to get the film developed when it comes down to this camera. With film photography in the future, in today's age, I don't think it's not going to be relevant. I just going to think that it's going to become a little bit more scarce, that even with trends, with how I've seen on social media where people want to, shoot with their point and shoot cameras, whether it's because Kendall Jenner brought them with, or whatever the Jenners are that had a camera with the Contax camera, as well as Zendaya and everything like that. Does it really matter that it's going to be, making people come to film, or is it really just going to have that problem where you'll have more people want to try it out and it's just going to skyrocket the prices, and the people that really want to shoot film aren't able to shoot as much film as they would want to? Because that's one of the reasons why I got a Fuji camera. Having to get the basically film stock that I would want every single time, I would be spending a couple $100s by obtaining a few of them and also getting it developed, and then, not having it always available to me. So I wanted to get a Fujifilm camera that allowed me to do the recipes. This Fujifilm camera has been a great asset because if I factor in the cost and how much I use it to shoot some photos, it kind of balances out with how much I would have gone film photos. But now this will allow me to do it for a longer period without having to worry if I'm going to be able to obtain the film stock that I would want. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm planning to give up this nice little point and shoot camera with film and everything, but the only thing that does suck is having to see how much is skyrocketed in price to obtain any film that I would like compared to what I used to be able to do before it started getting viral to shoot film again. So in the future, is film really going to be relevant? Well, yes, of course it's going to be relevant, but I think it's just going to make it where people that are able to shoot film, it's going to be a little more scarce than what it used to be. Now, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Don't think I know everything and how the market will be. I know Kodak has brought more people to work in their factories to be able to provide more, gear for people with the film and stock and everything to bring it back out there. But is it truly enough, or is it just going to be like a little cash grab for them to then just go ahead and, rise the prices of things, and only the few select that can want to buy it all the time and can is just going to be the issue at hand, whether it used to be a little bit more accessible for most. But I do believe that, film photography with digital, I think is going to be relevant, but I think more people are going to want to get those cameras like the X100V. Now, why the X100V? Well, Fujifilm cameras like that and everything can do the film recipes. So I think most people that aren't able to shoot film are going to want to have the recipe so they can at least have that nostalgia feeling in their photos, because the color grade of film and everything is just so nice that that's something that people are more after. So is it truly going to be that people are after just film overall, or the look of it? Because I think most people really like to see the color and just the feel of a film photo rather than really have to go through the process sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people like to shoot film because of their own personal ideologies and everything, but for the most part, for the average photographer out there, I think they're going more with what's a trend rather than what's actually something that they would want to do for a long term. So now ultimately, is film gonna be relevant in the future? And that's the ultimate question for you. Is it going to be relevant enough that it's going to be getting more production, or is it more like the typical trends? For me, I know that I see like fashion and everything. It's a nice little circle kind of going around and around and seeing the pit stops that it might be. because with fashion, you'll see a lot of trends go in and out, but they always seem to come around. And sometimes it's good to hold on to whatever piece of clothing that you might have loved that might have fallen out of fashion and be able to use it again once it comes back in, because that's the only way I can kind of view it as, because most people tend to go in about that aspect of, you know, it's following the trends of what's cool, what can get them more likes, more views or anything, and that's what they're gonna go with. So if you're really into wanting to shoot film in the future, don't shy away from it and maybe hoard the film that you can, since we don't know how often the film stock will be available, if they're going to lower production because certain reasons, or if they're really going to bring it back up and kind of provide more options like what they used to have. So that's my only hopes and dreams when it comes down to film photography. And now that it's not relevant or anything in the near future because of the digital age, I think it's become relatively popular. But going forward, is that going to be the main thing again? Because there was a reason why the prices of film stock was relatively cheap for what it is compared to now, because most people weren't really shooting it, and that's why they're shutting down certain parts of certain companies that developed it. So that's my hot take, I guess. It's just a little bit of discussion kind of video today, and I would love to know your input if you believe that, you know, is film going to be still relevant with the digital age going forward in the aspect of production? Are they going to keep bringing up the volumes, or are they going to kind of keep it where it's going to be going off and just make it more rare, where it costs more money and most people are going to be frustrated and they're going to go into maybe like a Fujifilm recipe kind of camera? Would love to know your thoughts on that, and it would be great to discuss with you guys down below in the comments. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.